You know what's funny? You know what's funny? So, with everything that's going on in the world, like I always say, the war, the cost of gas, the energy crisis, um, the water shortage is supposedly we're supposed to be having, right? All of this stuff that's going on in the world. You got Elon Musk, the billionaire, the guy who sues people to put his name on stuff, um, the guy who pretends to be smarter than he actually is, um, the fraudster, um, the guy responsible for those roadblocks, trucks, um, you know, that guy. All right. So he's on his Twitter app, getting his Twitter fingers going. Every time you turn around, he's posting something, trying to prove, you know, how racist he actually is. Right? He's always pushing race on there. It's funny. It's like I say, right? Ever since this Epstein shit started kicking up, now that the war is the war zone, right? Everybody is more and more and more racist, turning towards race, right? Turning towards black, you know, black fatigue. You know what I mean? Black people are violent. Black people are bad. Black people are the problem, right? But I'm looking at a war where the U.S. and Israel, predominantly white countries and white governments and decision makers have decided this is the best time to just bomb and kill and murder people by the hundreds of thousands. Kids, it doesn't matter. You know, schools bomb them, churches bomb them, mosques bomb them, hospitals bomb them, residential areas bomb them. Right? So it seems to be white people committing murder globally and calling it war. It's out of damn. You know what? My bro said that. Yeah. My bro said that too. You feel me? But it's true. Right? It's true. So Elon, who's said that when him and Trump fell out, because I still feel like he has some kind of a man crush on Trump, and then he's really a secret homosexual. He's having all these kids, but he's not having them the old fashioned way because he's not pumping and sweating. You feel me? He's not sleeping with these women. He's ejaculating into a cup and artificially inseminating women because I don't really feel like he likes women. I mean, I'm not sure if that's what's going on, but I'm thinking that's what it is because he's not really somebody who I follow or look into or nothing like that because I feel like he's a fucking fraud, right? Like when I said when Trump had him when they was doing the whole Doge thing, I was like, I don't trust him like that. One, because he's a fraud, right? And he just doesn't seem like he has the intelligence that people say he has, right? He seems like a goofy to me, but that's to me. Um, but I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? But my assessment of people is usually spot on. You know what I mean? And when you have a lot of money, you can surround yourself with a lot of smart people. You can involve yourself or buy your way into a lot of spaces where intelligent people are, and you can buy your way into projects, and you can invest into things and then put your name on them, and then sue to be, you know what I mean. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Just look into it. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? So, but yeah, when it comes to him and his, his and his Twitter fingers, right? So he's always posting something racist, right? Because because he's here from South Africa, and he's not even, you feel me? You're not even an African, bro. Also, if we being real, right? Right. So I believe he was the one that was telling Trump, let's bring all the South Africans in because they're very good and smart, intelligent people. Because he think he's a very good and smart and intelligent person, but he's not. And after the Trumpster was hanging around, he realized, hey, he's a fraud, a fraudster, right? And he may be a closet homosexual who's trying to get close to me. So it's time to get that boy up out of here, right? But anyway, yeah. So with everything that's going on in the world, you know what I mean? This is what the Elon is doing, and I think most of that too is because he was in the files. He would, before him and Trump felt like, he was like, I got a big secret. Trump is in the Epstein files, but you're in those files too, right? Begging, begging, begging to go to the island. What Massey call it? The rape island. Begging, pleading. You feel me? Ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Ready to be involved. Yeah, get involved. But anyway, so you were trying to out the Trumpster, because he's in the files. You're in there too, buddy. So, did you get to go to your fantasy land? Did you get to do those things that guys like you do in those islands or on those islands? Did you get to do those things that you were looking forward to? I believe so. I believe so. So yeah, man, it's just him. He's doing it because he's a puppet. You know, he used to be on there saying freedom of speech and freedom of this and whatever, and now he's just a puppet of censorship too, right? Uh, so yeah, all of them, and I believe the reason why he did the complete 180 from what his stance was on the First Amendment and his stand on Israel and his stand on, what he pretended to stand on for a while is because he realized that, hey, if these files come out, I'm in them. You feel me? So he got the call. Hey, just like a bunch of these content creators got the call. Hey, it's time to go full. It's time to go full metal on on. How am I gonna put this? How am I gonna put this? Time to go all in on those colors, on those Negroes, on those African Americans, on those indigenous to this land. You love they don't say that. They're never gonna say that. Right? So It's crazy because when I think about it, when I think about it seriously, when I think about it, right? In my algorithm, because I don't watch all that ratchet shit, right? I don't watch all that stereotypical ratchet shit when it comes to us and our community, right? But it seems that that's all that's on my timelines, right? That's all that's in my algorithm. I mean, no matter where I'm at, even when because I like to log in as a guest, to see what's being pushed. And it seems to me that's what's always being pushed, right? It's always being pushed. And it's crazy to me, right? I mean, it's crazy to me, but at the same time, I know what it is. I mean, it's wartime, it's Epstein files time, it's 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 time to get the people distracted, right? It's time to uh, change gears, and get the people looking into and arguing about things that we know always work, right? Every time we wanna, damn it. Every time we want the eyes off of the shit that we doing, the shit we got going on, the way we fucking up the world, the way we fucking up the economy, not just here, but globally, right? Every time we're doing something that we know that the American people do not agree with, that we know that globally no one agrees with, because there's nobody agrees with this bullshit, right? So we're gonna do what we always do, right? We're gonna make it about race, right? Now, people seem to think that supporting the bombing of innocent women, men, children, or just bombing people with impunity because we can, and you have to support that because you're an American. That makes you a patriot. What makes you an American, what makes you a patriot, is the freedoms that you hold, right? So you are free to disagree with the people that you put in office, the people that you vote for, the people that are supposed to have your best interests at heart. Now, how do they have your best interests at heart? Because nobody ever in life that I knew thought that, oh man, I'm so afraid that Afghanistanis or Iraqis or Iran is gonna come and drop missiles on me. Ever in life has anyone ever said that, or that I heard anyone ever say that? Right. So for this administration to go on a whole bombing campaign because the president is so fucking. I mean, it's embarrassing. Lindsey Graham. Oh man, if he ain't sucking so much dick, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, how much money is they paying this motherfucker? That motherfucker, yeah, I know he probably got dual citizenship as well, but I'm just saying. But it just shows you, right, how much of our tax dollars are being recycled and not for the good of us, because none of this shit screams or says America first, right? This shit crazy. And then you think about our elected officials, and you think about what they stand for and what they care about. It's all money, right? Because they voted on they voted on this shit. I think a couple of days ago, and all of these people decided that it was in their best interest not to out the pedophiles, not to out the people responsible for the sex crimes against children, right? So it's like an episode of How to Catch a Predator. You feel me? And the reason they canceled that, as you can see, is because most of our Congress, most of our elected officials, um, most of our most of this administration, shit, most of the last one, and most of the last one before that, and the one before that are involved in sex crimes. And if they're not involved in sex crimes, they're being blackmailed with some kind of other sex shit. You know, maybe they're gay or something. Uh, you know what I mean? Or maybe they cheated on their wife or something. Um, you feel me? Like old buddy, can't remember his name. I can't remember his name. He came out that he was having an affair, and I think shit, his career, he hasn't bounced back from that. You feel me? That was a couple years ago, probably about 10 years ago or so, probably. I don't remember. You feel I can't even remember his fucking name. That's how his career got torpedoed for cheating on his wife. You know what I mean? But now you can cheat on your wife. You can have sex with someone underage. You can send nudes to someone that's underage. You can be in a whole file of pedophiles and child rapers, and nothing will happen to you. Your career is etched in stone. Right? So the morality here, the morals are you know what I mean? That's over with, you know? So it's crazy to me how people always before they go bombing people in countries and shit, they make it seem like we are the moral authority of the world. And then you look at what's going around here and you're like, no, 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 no. You know what I mean? We're doing sacrifices and eating people and just torturing people, and we're kind of terrible here. You know what I'm saying? We, but not us regular folk. You know what I'm saying? Not us regulars. We're just the common man and woman, and not us. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, shit crazy out here. And when shit get crazy and secrets start to spill over and start to get exposed and bullshit start to come to the light, and you start to realize who got their hands in what and who's really calling the shots here and who got all the say so when it comes to our country, and who our young men and women are out here fighting and dying for, and and who's covering who and who's doing what, and the shit gets crazy and the rabbit holes get deep, and then you start finding out all kind of stuff about your favorite people, and I mean, all of a sudden we're on race again. We race baiting. You feel me? All of a sudden everyone is attacking black, right? All of a sudden Black Ratchet is all in the algorithm, right? I don't even watch Black Ratchet, bro. And I'm a black guy. I don't watch that stereotypical bullshit. You feel me? I don't watch ratchet shit. You feel me? I'm not involved in ratchetness. You know what I'm saying? So when that shit is all down my timeline or all in the algorithm, and I'm not searching it up, I'm not looking for it, I don't watch it. I see that it's being pushed. You feel me? So I see that all whites are under attack by blacks. It's being pushed, right? It is what it is. And that's why I understand. I understand why. Because one, if you're not from the States, and what you see about black Americans you get from YouTube and Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and you know shit like that, and radio and movies and shit like that, you see the narrative that is pushed, how our image is and shit. You don't want to be fucked up with us when you get here, right? And then they be trying to put you in the same category as us, and you feel like you better than us, right? But you're not, because you don't know what it is to be black here, and you don't know that because you don't care. You don't know that the reason you're here is because of us anyway, right? But they use the civil rights movement and everything that we have fought for, that our forefathers have fought for, to bring you here to use you against us, because they want us to be the permanent underclass, right? In the caste system, they want us to be at the bottom. They want us to be the minority, right? That's what people don't understand too. As a black person, as black people, we always told what we can't afford. We can't afford families. You know what I'm saying? You can't afford your family. You're not supposed to have a big family. You're not supposed to have this. You're not supposed to have a family, and especially not a big family. Um, you're being rich or wealthy or being successful is not a black thing. You're supposed to be poor and struggling and getting out the mud, and you're not undereducated. So school is going to school and graduating and going to college or something like that. That's not a black thing. And picking up a trade, that's not a black thing. Or a black thing is playing sports, being an entertainer, being a rapper or a drug dealer or being a welfare recipient. You hear me? So these are the lanes you're pushed down. This is why most of the favorite shows, or most of the most popular black shows, have to dealing drugs, sex, prostitution, or but it's always somebody's on that show is some kind of flaming fucking gay person or transitioning. Not just regular black people doing regular black people things. Not just business minded or educated or entrepreneurial blacks. No. Not those. Because in our community, those people aren't supposed to exist according to TV and entertainment and the people that write those shows and write those movies and push those narratives. You hear me? So, but we allow it. We allow a lot of this bullshit. We allow all of this bullshit. I'm talking about a lot of it. We allow all of this bullshit because we want to be accepted. We want to be friends with everybody. We want everybody to like us. When I say we, I'm talking about y'all, because that's not me. That's not my person. That's not in my character. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Feel me? So you can miss me with that. I don't believe that we have friends in the world. I don't believe that we're a part of some coalition. You know what I mean? I believe that people try to use us. I believe that people will ride our wave. I believe that the first chance they get, they cut our throats and stab us in the back. I believe when it's something that's for us, nobody's going to stand with us like we stand with them. And I feel like that's the mistake that we always make, and that we have always made, by thinking that we have friends, by thinking that people actually have our best interests at heart. So I feel like that's a mistake we always make. I feel like we've been programmed to look at each other as enemies. And people are like, oh no, this and that. But if you can sue Facebook, Instagram, I mean, just the whole meta universe, if you can just sue all of that because the algorithm was made you depressed, or the algorithm made you suicidal, or the algorithm made you feel body shamed, or the algorithm made you. Come on, bro. So if if a social media can make you feel all of these things and make you go through all of this mental anguish, right? Imagine what years of programming has done when it comes to books, when it comes to school, when it comes to news media, when it comes to your social environment, when it comes to the way that your neighborhoods are set up, when it comes to everything, when you're as a black person, what that kind of programming has done to you. If in the short time of social media you have hundreds and thousands of people blaming social media for their problems because what the algorithm is pushing or was pushing. Come on, man. uh, I know I'm missing some points, but it's gonna come to me later. It's gonna come to me later. You know what I mean? Like maybe I need to start writing all this shit down and shit. You feel me? Maybe I need a teleprompter. But you know this, I'm just sharing my thoughts right now. So yeah, but yeah, I don't feel like we got friends out here. You know, there's no coalitions. You feel me? Nobody wants to be linked with us unless it's beneficial to them. So, like I tell anybody, if somebody from another race or culture wants to be linked with you, it's because you're going somewhere and they want to be a part of that. And if once they find a way to maneuver themselves into position, they gonna cut your fucking head off. ah, I could be wrong, but on this, I seriously doubt that I am. But yeah, man. But when it comes here, though, when it comes to catching the predator, you're not gonna be able to catch a predator here. You feel me? I don't care how many files drop. We're just gonna go to war. And then when it comes to releasing the names of those predators, that's not gonna happen because we're gonna have a vote, and the majority is gonna say no, keep it a secret, keep it on the hush. We don't want to embarrass. We don't want to end careers. We don't want to arrest anybody. We don't want to hold anybody accountable. We don't want to do anything. You know, we just want to re-victimize the victims because that's what we are good at here. Hmm. Sounds about right. Ah, and if I missed anything, I'll be back.